want to tell you about this book I just read called The Grief Keeper by Alexandra Villasante. This is a story about a girl who's trying to find asylum in the U.S. with her sister. They've come from El Salvador, and bad stuff has happened to them. Her brother got involved in the gangs, and he was killed, and they are just trying to get to somebody that they used to work for, who now lives in the U.S., and they are trying to get to her and get away from the bad stuff. They're in a holding detention center kind of a place, and she decides, our main girl, Marisol, she decides that that's not a good place anymore, so she runs away with her sister, but they get caught by somebody. I'm not exactly sure who this person was. They end up using our girl for an experiment on some sort of device that they have figured out that can take grief away from someone else. So she becomes the grief keeper. She wears this little thing, and when she's by the person, then she all of a sudden feels the emotions that person is feeling, and it helps that other person to overcome their emotions that are debilitating to them. Which doesn't sound like a very great thing for our girl, actually. But she decides to do it because they've promised her that they will give her everything she needs and take care of her and her sister and get her mom back if she does this. And so she does, and it feels so weirdly wrong, this whole situation she gets herself in. So she ends up falling for a girl that she's meant to help. And while she's doing this, all kinds of other things come out. And she starts having memories of the past, and she starts having memories of the people whose grief she's taking, and it just gets kind of bizarrishly weird. But it's also heartbreakingly sad. I actually listened to this book mostly. Then I got the library book so that I could read along a little bit with it, because I was having some trouble concentrating on the audiobook because I wasn't listening to it while I was driving. I was just listening to it like a normal person, and I did have a little trouble concentrating on it. So I got the library book to kind of help that situation. The timing was especially interesting to be reading this when all this stuff is happening here in our country, where people are being basically kidnapped off the streets and deported without any cause. Yeah. This book was published in 2019, so very, very timely for the stuff that is happening today. Anyway, I'm giving it about 3 stars, maybe 3.5 on Storygraph.